Now we'll see some properties like aggregation, granularity, and level of detail with respect to Tableau. So basically, aggregation is nothing but having the various multiple rows of the data grouped together into a single value so that it becomes more significant. So supposedly over here, I had this margin field which was continuous in nature. So when I dragged and dropped it over here, it by default aggregated itself, means all the rows of this data set were aggregated so that there is a single value corresponding to the entire margin column. So the best example of this is something like when you place a measure field on the columns or rows in the Tableau worksheet, you will say that by default they are either converted into sum or average. So these features that they have automatically aggregated or averaged out themselves or summed out themselves is known as aggregation. So over here, if we go about the basic definition, whenever we add a measure to our view, an aggregation is applied to that measure by default, and the type of aggregation applied varies depending on the context of the view. So basically, depending upon the other elements which are there on your graph, the moment you drag and drop a measure onto your graph, depending upon the other dimensions which are present over there, the aggregation of graph would the aggregation of the measure would depend on that. So sometimes it may by default give the aggregation as sum, sometimes it may give the aggregation as an average, sometimes it may automatically give the aggregation as minimum or maximum, or something like that. So as I told that by default when I drag and drop sales, I'm getting sum of sales. So first let's see what is aggregation, then we'll come to granularity. So over here if you see, okay, I'll remove everything over here. Okay, now when I drag and drop the sales field from here on this graph, you'll see that by default it has aggregated itself to sum. I did not say it to be as a sum, average or something. It has by default aggregated itself to be a sum. Now if I go on the drop down over here, the measure, these are all the aggregations available in this continuous variable in this measure. I can either have a sum, I can have an average, I can have the median value of the sales, I can have the count of the number of records in this sales, I can have the distinct counts, I can have the minimum or maximum value of the sales, I can have the percentile value, I can have the standard deviation, variance, etc. So in this way, these are the multiple kinds of aggregation functions available in the measure fields or in the continuous fields. And whenever we drag and drop these fields on the graphs, by default, based on the other fields available, these graphs aggregate themselves. So let me place profit also over here. So by default, the profit has also took the aggregation as sum, but I can definitely change it. So if I would like to convert it from sum to say average, I can do that. So now this is showing me average profit, and so based on my average selection, the scale over here has also changed. Had I if I convert it back to the sum of profits, the scale will change again. So when I do it as sum of profit, the scale has changed again. So this is basically known as aggregation, and it is applicable only to the measure values, the fields which lie in the measures. That's all for this video. See you in the next video. Now, since we have discussed aggregation, now we will go to granularity. So granularity basically means breaking down our data, the visualization data, into smaller detailed parts. So this is basically applicable on the dimensions because dimensions have categories. So it's easier for us to break them into visible granular. So we'll see that how it happens. So I'm going to my Tableau workbook. Over here, if you will see, I have plotted sum of sales with sum of profit, and I've got this single dot over here. Now if I add a category over here, so I'll get this that my single dot has been bifurcated into three dots. So I have made it more granular since I have subdivided my single dot, which was showing the relationship between sales and profit, into three different dots. I have bifurcated them based on the category. Now if I want to further bifurcate them, I can add a subcategory over here. So these dots would be further bifurcated based on the subcategory. So in this way, we have divided the one data point available when we had plotted sales and profit together into granular level. We have drilled down from category to subcategory. So the one point which was there initially has been granularized granularized from normal data source level up till subcategory level. Now, if I would like to drill it down further, I can add product names also over here. So this will be drilled down further. Now, we started from single point, but now you can see I've got so many points. So I have made the data very granular. So this is what granularity means, that using various dimensions, how granular can you make the data set values, how granular can you make the entire graph. So that was about granularity. Next we'll see the level of detail. So this thing over here, this marks card, if you'll see this marks card which is available in the Tableau workbook for each worksheet. This marks card, this is basically used for formatting various graphs which we draw on the view page over here, and based on what all measures or dimensions should the colors be filled up over here, or what should be the labeling of the graphs, how should the size of the graphs vary, and what should be detail and tooltip of the graphs. Everything can be done using the marks wildcard over here. So these are quite basic. Understanding the colors, when you drag and drop, you'll when you'll work on the various worksheets and dashboards, you'll understand it better. Since till now we have made more than 15 dashboards and worksheets, you would have understand it in a much better way. But I would like to give you an overview of detail over here. So this detail is nothing but the level of detail mentioned over here. So a level of detail works similar to how colors work, but it basically divides the graphs with lines. It doesn't divides them with different colors. So you'll see this in detail. Let's move to our Tableau workbook over here. So if you see over here, I have plotted category wise sales, and now if I drag and drop the sales on the colors over here, I'll see a gradient of the color, the darkest color showing the highest sales, and the lightest color showing the minimal sales. Now, if I would like to change the, instead of colors, if I would like to have the shapes of these graphs based on the sales which they have contributed, so I can place the sales over sizes. So over here you will see that the thinnest one is giving the minimal profit, and the thickest one is giving the highest sales. So the thinnest one is giving me the minimal sales, that is office supplies, and the thickest one is giving me the maximum sales, that is the technology one. So over here you can see the sales distribution, and based on that the width of the graphs, how the good the change. Now if I would like to have the labels over here in using a field, so I can basically drag and drop that field over here. So if I place sales over here, I'll get the sales values over here. If I place category over here on the labels, I get the category names as well, but the category names are already there, so I would like to color them based on the category. So I'm placing the category on the colors. So when I do this, I can see these colors. Now instead of placing the category over colors, if I would have placed category over details, you will see what will happen. So they are still on the same colors, because these details part, this granularizes the graphs if they are having multiple values on the single stick. So what it means is, had I placed, just let me remove the category from here. Okay, had I placed my region over here, had I placed my region over here on the graphs, you will see I have got these regions over here, and I'm removing these shapes based on size. Okay, so you'll see that each stick is representing the four region sales over here. Now, if I would like so if I would like to have these colors over here, this these each of these sales corresponding to categories bifurcated. So this separation can either be done by having multiple colors, or you could just have the bifurcation with the same color. So when you had to do bifurcation with different colors, you place this region field on the colors. Now instead of colors, if you place this region fields on details, you will see that although all of them have been bifurcated into four parts, each part representing one region, but the color remains the same. So the level of detail, this basically bifurcates the graph or data into the respective desired category levels, or the smaller levels, but it doesn't changes the colors. It basically divides the data set. In case when I had placed it into colors, it has bifurcated, but it had also given them different colors. But if I just want to bifurcate them, I don't want to change their colors, then I can basically place this region field on the details. So this is what is the use of level of details, because sometimes a graph looks good when it has got minimal colors. Each time if I just place the region on the colors, these colored graphs don't look good every time. So if you just want to bifurcate these, but you don't want to change their colors, simply place this region on the details. So they'll be bifurcated and there will be no different color for each region. So this is the use of level of detail, and I hope you must have also understood a bit about the marks cards, because I've given you a basic overview. Also in the marks cards, if you want to, these are the default graphs which appear based on the fields we place over here. If you want to explicitly change it to a corresponding value, you can definitely do that using these various kinds of charts available. So that's all for this video. See you guys in the next video.